We have a show to do today.
The whole new acronym thing drives me effing bananas. Can we call him by his name?
Felger and Mazz on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Hey, guys. Let me first begin by saying thank you. Thank you for your patience that you've shown in a personal and private matter for me and obviously everybody involved. I know that that's not easy for you, and I respect that, and I appreciate your efforts in doing so. I understand I could have, addressed you guys sooner, but it was important to me to have a conversation with the players, which I did yesterday, very candidly, as we began our off-season program, which everyone is excited to be a part of. Stacy had mentioned the players' availability, and it was never my intention to have them speak to you or address you before I did. And so I asked him to come today and to talk with you. I also don't want to take away from our, the draft, the weekend of the draft. This is an important time for us and our organization, and the excitement and the joy that those players are going to have that we bring onto our football team. They're starting an amazing journey, one that should be celebrated as we welcome them onto our team. With that being said, I've had some difficult conversations with people that I care about, with my family, the organization, the coaches, the players. Those have been positive and productive. We believe in order to be successful on and off the field, you have to make good decisions. That includes me. That starts with me. We never want our actions to negatively affect the team. We never want to be the cause of a distraction. Those are comments and questions that I've answered for the team and with the team. We'll keep those private and, to ourselves. Care deeply about this football team, and I'm excited to coach them. I also know that I'm going to attack each day with humility and focus. And what I can promise you is that my family, this organization, the team, the staff, the coaches, everybody, our fans, most importantly, will get the best version of me going forward. And that's what I know, and I'm excited to do that. But I wanted to just address this and thank you for your patience in dealing with the private and personal matter. Thank you.
The Patriots media as late as yesterday that there'd be a couple Patriots players available today. And again, this is the very, very earliest stages, the first couple days of their offseason program, which goes in stages. So the very first stage is just stretching, lifting, conditioning work. So it's just the very, very beginning stuff, and sometimes not a lot of the big players go. Not a lot of the big players are made available, if they're even made available. So it's a day that just a few stragglers in terms of reporters go, because it's just not a big day. It's just a couple guys available for a little bit to talk about stretching. So a few guys went, and then the next thing you know, it's going to be Vrabel. So the Patriots definitely avoided some, not all, but some of the bigger reporters who might ask more questions, or TV crews that would make it more uncomfortable. So they kind of weaseled into that one, but that's being smart. At least he was there. He did answer questions off camera. Didn't say anything, but answered questions off camera and provided that statement for the camera. So were you surprised that he spoke today, Mazz?
Yeah, I was not expecting it today. I mean, the timing makes sense. You got the draft coming up. I think we said last week he should do it sooner rather than later. I just didn't think they were going to do it.
I was surprised in the fashion that it went down, and that, like you said, I saw this last night. Patriots are going to have a couple of players speaking tomorrow. And then it's this sleight of hand, and Greg Bedard, who was in earlier, said he, along with other heavy hitter reporters, didn't go down there because they're like, well, this is going to be a big waste of time. And poof, all of a sudden it's Mike Vrabel. That's really no different than a Friday 5 p.m. news dump in a lot of ways.
So can I tell you what I didn't like?
Please tell me what you didn't like.
Okay, this whole idea of I didn't want to speak until I talked to our players. While there might be some truth in it, because again, they're all on the property now, right? Or at least, I haven't heard of any absences, but whatever. Okay, so they're all there face to face, and I do. Well then, so what about the comment you made to the New York Post right out of the gate? Like, so you didn't want to say anything to your players, but you were going to say something to the Post? So when you were refuting it, it was okay. Like, I didn't love that excuse or explanation. Call it whatever you want. And maybe he was. You certainly could have reached out to some of the players individually. You could have done it by Zoom. I'm not telling you that's ideal or preferable or how I would have done it. Okay, so I understand he wanted to do it in person. But he had a lot of time in there to do something, and he chose not to. So I don't know if I totally fully buy that one, but however it played out, he got there finally. But I think he hurt himself by waiting as long as he did and by approaching it the way they did.
No doubt. But again, I think they did stop the bleeding. Murray, you said his comments were basically a admission to what happened.
Yeah, and saying that he had to have a hard conversation with his family, and then he said the organization, and the coaches, and so on and so forth. But with the family, yeah, that to me is admitting it without it's basically coming out and saying, "Hey, by the way, I've been stepping out on my wife and doing the dirty with Dianna Russini." That to me was an admission.
So it was interesting that Mike Florio says, in a fashion, Mike Vrabel did Dianna Russini no favors with his statement today. That's a headline on his post on Pro Football Talk. Again, Florio writes that Vrabel said he had, quote, some difficult conversations with the people that I care about, end quote. He said that the team has to make good decisions on and off the field, and that starts with me, quote, unquote. He said you never want to be the cause of a distraction, quote, unquote. He said the tone and content represent a sharp departure from what Vrabel said when the issue first emerged, as we've all talked about, in comments that were reportedly the result of a coordination with Russini regarding the strategy for responding to the looming publication of the photos. Russini said at the time, the photos don't represent the group of 6 people who are hanging out with us during the day. Like most journalists in the NFL, reporters interact with sources away from stadiums and other venues. Florio writes that Russini has not wavered from that position. In her resignation letter, Russini blamed the uproar on, quote, commentators in various media who have engaged in self-feeding speculation that is simply unmoored from the facts, unquote. Vrabel did not keep doing that today.
He's right.
Again, Vrabel says that Russini explained that she was stepping down from her job, quote, not because I accept the narrative that has been constructed around this episode, but because I refuse to lend it further oxygen or let it define me or my career, end quote. Florio says Vrabel's comments give plenty of oxygen to the narrative, which could make it even harder for Russini to rebound from the situation. In contrast, Vrabel will, by all appearances, be moving forward. So it's a long way. Again, I hate to keep invoking Rick Pitino, but he was in a roughly the same spot. He didn't live by it, but he said, when you tell the truth, it's part of your future. When you lie, it's part of your, what is it?
When you lie, it's part of your future. When you tell the truth, it's part of your past.
Right.
If you tell the truth, your problem becomes part of your past. If you lie, it becomes part of your future.
Thank you. And I want to apologize for the indiscretion I had 6 years ago.
But we're missing the whole point of everything that's gone on here. I've been blackmailed 7 months ago.
So, see, Pitino said some of the words, but still was on attack.
Correct.
And so it landed flat, and he did not do a good job of putting
I want to apologize to you as professionals.
For something that happened 6 years ago, Rick. Russini is going to need to do the same thing. Drop it. Drop the bull crap.
So I wonder, because it's a good point by Florio. I wonder if this is part of the reason Vrabel chose, I don't want to call it cryptic language because I think it was pretty clear, but he didn't say anything point blank. So he leaves her to...
Yes, he didn't say anything point blank. And I think that's several reasons. I don't need him to say anything point blank.
No, I don't either.
He doesn't need to admit word for word what happened. But again, just his tone and the way he carried himself is all I need. And then not that he owes me anything, but just if I'm assessing it from his point of view, for his sake, is I think the bare minimum of what he needed to do, and he did it. She's still on the attack. I just have no time for deny, accuse, especially when you've done it. I just got no time for that. Wasting my time. Deny, and then turning around and attacking somebody else, which is what the Patriots specialize in and have specialized in for a long time. That's trash. And I'll keep that thing going. I'll fight that. That's why I will fight you on Deflategate to this day. Okay? So deny, accuse. She's still kind of doing it, or was doing it as of last week. Vrabel dropped it today.
Smart.
Yes, finally. And so I think that's a fair point right there. Also, this helps bury further the embarrassing revelation over the weekend that Robert Kraft tried to have the story buried in the New York Post. That has not escaped our friends in New York, by the way. Some particularly pointed commentary coming from New York on Robert Kraft and the Patriots. Up next with your phone calls. Don't go anywhere.
I want to tell my extended family, which is all my players, that I'm sorry for that indiscretion 6 years ago.
Oh, yeah!
Thoughts, calls, emails.
Oh, yeah!
I get my jollies out of it. I do. I'm not a good person. Go ahead.
Felger and Mazz.
Oh, yeah!
98.5, the Sports Hub.
Robert Kraft and the Patriots, when they found out about the photographs that existed out there, they tried to strong-arm the New York Post into not releasing those photographs. They brought in a heavy-hitter crisis strategist or a PR firm, and they went balls to the wall in an attempt to squash the photographs, which means that the New England Patriots at some point are aware that Mike Vrabel was cheating on his wife with Dianna Russini, right?
I mean,
and they went out of their way to try to squash it. They apparently put heavy Robert Kraft NFL pressure on the New York Post, which is obviously the rogue organization to try to bully or strong arm, because that's how these guys sell papers and get clicks. Mm-hmm. You know, that's part and parcel to the newspaper industry these days. But I think it gives you some insight into the reality that Mike Vrabel, despite his comical, clownish statement that he made a day after, that the entire thing was laughable, Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, and by proxy the NFL, were well aware that when those photographs got released, there was no defense, that they are exactly what we thought they are, and that it would cause Mike Vrabel, I don't think they cared about Dianna Russini, but her as well, and the New England Patriots, a legitimate problem. And it has obviously caused everybody a problem. But the fact that they try to strong-arm the Post into not releasing the photographs, I think just reconfirms what we all thought anyway.
Know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
laid down his arms.
Totally.
It's about time.
They kicked up dirt for, between Vrabel's initial comment, which again, even I don't think I put enough stock in it from the beginning that I should have, or as much stock as I should have. And then to call contacts at the New York Post and try to kill the story. I mean, look, I get it. I know how the world works, but wow, that's a bad look if you get busted.
And this is why, Mazz, last week when Russini resigned and had that letter, I was appalled by that. I mean, appalled. Like, I'm not offended. What I mean was, what horrible judgment. Give it up, guys.
Just tell the truth.
Give it up.
I keep saying that. Like, I always feel that way. Tell the truth.
And she couldn't, even a week later, give it up? Jesus. How stupid is that?
Unbelievable.
But how the Kraft trying to kill the story reflects on the page. Now, that's Craig Carton from FAN, and I know he's got his own history, so why is he some sort of moral arbiter? Yeah, you're fine to say that. It's okay. I just think this is how you're viewed. And he's not a, dyed-in-the-wool Patriots hater or Boston hater. He's not really. He doesn't have much of a history with that. He's just a troublemaker. He's an agitator. That's why I like him. But he went even deeper on Kraft and the Patriots as it relates to them killing the story in the Post. It's kind of along the lines of what Mazz was saying yesterday, but he went quite a few steps farther. I just want to play the second part of the cut, and I promise. Right back to your phones. Here's more from Carton.
Again, this shows you the Patriot way. The New England Patriots are scumbags. The New England Patriots have an owner that gets the rub and tug. So you've got the owner that does that, the tight end who's killing people, right? That takes his whole life in prison, Aaron Hernandez.
Unfortunately.
You've got quarterbacks sleeping with people 30 years younger than them. You got coaches sleeping with people that are 50 years younger than them.
Yeah.
And now you've got a head coach that's banging an NFL insider to curry favor with her, maybe for Coach of the Year votes, which he got from her, and won by 3 votes, and she's one of the votes. Now you've got the A.J. Brown story, which we have news on coming up in the next segment, that Mike Vrabel was not lying to her, apparently, during a pillow talk in which he said that we're going after A.J. Brown, we're on A.J. Brown. And the Patriots, every step of the way, just try to cancel these stories. That is the Patriot way. And I don't need to hear from a Patriot fan telling me I'm wrong or taking shots at me. The Patriot way is to be a scumbag. That's the Patriot way.
It absolutely
And when you get caught being a scumbag, not to worry, the owner's got your back. And the owner will do everything in his power to try to squash stories that make you look bad.
So, takes it to the extreme.
Yeah, he's amped up there. But let me tell you, I got a text from a buddy when these pictures hit the New York Post a couple of weeks ago, almost immediately, from a buddy who does not like the Patriots. Texted me and said, boy, they love cheating in this organization, which I laughed, but it was like, this is how some people feel. He's not alone. Craig Carton's not alone in feeling this way.
All the misdeeds that the Patriots have done, it feels like a long list, longer than most teams, but I don't know if it is. There's a lot of trouble to be had in the NFL and in pro sports. What does offend me is their responses to it.
Right, absolutely.
Deny, accuse. Go on the attack, lawyer up, PR up. I do not think every team handles it the same way. I don't think every person handles it the same way. Some people, and I happen to be one of them, and maybe this is why I'm not as successful as I could be. I am a take your medicine guy. Take your medicine. You do something wrong, take your medicine. Just own it, take your medicine. There's other people who think, nope, fight it tooth and nail, deny, accuse. You send a jab at me, I'm going to send a roundhouse at you. You're going to mess with me, I'm going to destroy you. And there's a lot of people who carry themselves that way and are very successful, and maybe that's the way to be really successful, but that's the way the Patriots do it, and that's the part where I get off. Meaning, I get off the bus, where you lose me. There is nothing really all that wrong about going in and getting a massage. It's, that's hardly something that is a great crime against humanity. When you lawyer up and you attack the local sheriff and you bring in the heavy hitters for a freaking misdemeanor that they were going to dismiss anyway, if you just said you wouldn't fight it in court or you would have lost in court, that's all you had to do. But instead, you lawyer to the gills and go after the little people just to get your way, I'm out. And so that's how the Patriots carry themselves, and that's the part that I think I'm with Carton on. It's like, all right, so you messed up. Now what are you going to do about it? Oh, you're going to attack me? You're going to go on the offensive and try and take down other people because as opposed to just taking your medicine? Okay.
They can't do it.
So that was the first 2 weeks of this story. Vrabel today started the process of going in the other direction. He just let it go. Just enough. And so that's why I think he helped himself today. And finally, it feels like the Patriots might have just let something go. Just let it go. So we'll see.
Just quickly, do you think that was because of want or because they realized the situation? We want to do this, or we realize 2 weeks have passed and this thing's only gaining steam. We actually need to do something here.
Well, they're guilty, obviously. So what's the benefit in continuing to deny this? I mean, I don't know. Felger was a benefit to continue to deny the massage thing. I guess that worked out for me. I don't even know if it did. It didn't in my eyes.
I just think it's the second thing. The news cycles are so fast now. People have short memories, but it's been 2 weeks. And again, this thing's only gained steam. So I think that they realized we got to do something.
Maury, I think they did it because they're under crisis management advisement. And I think the crisis managers finally came around to this is how you handle it.
I'm telling you, the people that you've made this point, but the people who do this don't have a clue.
I mean,
it's stunning to me. And also, the other thing that bugs me about this, I said to you earlier, now it comes, now Vrabel steps up after the Crafts get sucked into it. Like all of a sudden it comes out that Robert tried to kill the story. Now the Patriots got sucked into it, and now let's put this to bed.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So like it was getting worse, to your point. And now all of a sudden, no, let's stop it now. And I understand it's draft week. I understand the team's all together. I get that. So I'm just saying it doesn't look great from that standpoint. Like all of a sudden it's, now we're going to do it after it comes out that you tried to kill the story and bury it. It's just, they're always, they're always putting up a fight over something that they don't need to fight. Just, you make mistakes, you're human, move on.
And then generally they don't operate that way. And they hadn't to this point. I promised some phones real quick. Let's just do this. Jeff at work. Go ahead, Jeff.
I want to know, thank you for taking my call. Is Vrabel that intimidating where he has the entire Boston media, including your earlier guest, we all know his name, afraid to speak out? And will this go further when Kraft tries to bury this? Will this go to more questions, not just on Vrabel and not just on Russini, but, will this go a little bit like, hey, why the hell didn't you say anything?
I'm not sure how far it's going to go. I think that Bedard is consistent in that he's just the football guy. So, and he owns his own site, so he owns it for one of the reasons he gets to do whatever he wants, and he doesn't want to do this, so he doesn't have to do it. I think it's a mistake. I think he could generate more listenership and viewership and readership for his site if he covered a story that everyone's interested in, but that's him. That's up to him. The reporters down there today asked the right questions. Again, they made him turn the cameras off so you don't have sound of it, but they asked him some direct questions about, how do you feel about Russini having to resign? Do you still feel this is laughable? Someone asked him that. That's an excellent question. So I think the guys that were and gals that were down there today did a decent job.
Yeah, any perceived trepidation, which again, I thought they asked the right questions today too.
Let me tell you, I think if reporters are afraid of anything, they're more afraid of the Twittersphere than they are the people they're actually, maybe it's both, but they're definitely afraid of being the bad guy to their readers and the public.
Yeah, they don't want to lose access. And I think I think they like Vrabel. I don't think they're afraid of Vrabel. I think they like Vrabel. I think that's part of the problem. It's hard to do when you like someone and they like him.
Chuck,
and I don't blame them for liking him. He's likable.
Well, that too. Chuck in Boston. Yes, Chuck.
Hey, Felger. Why do I feel like with this A.J. Brown situation, the Patriots are trying to push a bag of flour on me while telling me it's the best thing since Tony Montana's Gucciheiner? That's all I think. I'm willing to bet. Let's go to Vrabel's quote. I bet you half of it he's not coming to the Patriots. Have a good one.
I do feel the A.J. Brown reporting was kind of out of nowhere, unnecessary, and it might have had an ulterior motive. Like
diversionary tactic?
Said yesterday. I wouldn't be surprised if they finally, their PR experts, came around with this strat. We're going to lay it out. This is what we're going to do.
Yes, phase one is A.J. Brown news.
Monday, we'll sort of throw out the little smoke of the A.J. Brown, get a day of headlines of that. Tomorrow, you put out that you're going to have a couple players available. Then we're going to spring Vrabel on him at the last minute. He's going to read a statement where he doesn't admit to anything, but shows some contrition just with his tone and the way he carries himself. And that's phase two. I don't know if there's a phase three, but I wouldn't be surprised if the whole week has been coordinated thusly by these people.
Sure.
How about Mike in the truck? Go, Mike.
Hey, I was wondering if you guys thought there would be any impact to Vrabel's feelings in talking with Karen Garigian at press conferences where he's talking about how she's,
I don't. Karen was there today, and I wonder if when they turned the cameras off and he took questions, if he had Karen lead off.
Good question.
Curious about that.
Yeah, me too.
And if we're still going to get that
Karen did lead off.
Yeah, so I bet he's not going to change that one bit. I think he doesn't. I think he thinks he's being chivalrous and big and, being, I don't know how to say it to women reporters, being open to women reporters and helping women. I think he doesn't think that being with Dianna Russini is counter to that. I think he thinks it's a whole separate topic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
I didn't put that well,
you're right.
But no, I don't think he's going to change anything. Real quick, Johnny in Florida. Go, Johnny. Johnny!
Oh, I didn't realize it was on. Sorry. I just think it's a whole much to do about nothing. I mean, look at a great manager like Billy Martin, who should be in the Hall of Fame. Look at all the barroom brawls he got into. Look at all the womanizing him and Mick did.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, he was such a great manager.
Yeah.
Then why are you bringing up the other stuff?
Because these guys did it and kept their jobs, and nobody said much about it at all.
Okay. So
let it go.
No, I don't feel like it. I like it.
Well, the other thing is there are pictures now.
It's a good story.
I mean, and so, there weren't necessarily pictures of the barroom brawls of Billy Martin and Mickey Mantle and all the other shenanigans because nobody had cell phones in that era. So it didn't get plastered all over the papers. It was mostly rumors and hearsay, and it came out later in books. But here we are now, how many years after Mickey Mantle and Billy Martin have died, and you're still talking about the shenanigans?
Like I'm telling you, if no one cared about the story, I wouldn't do it. We have a business to run. We have a show to do. We have ratings to get and advertising to sell. If no one cared, trust me, I wouldn't do it. People care. We see the numbers. We see the metrics. We know what they're clicking on. We know what they're listening to. They care. So, sorry. Final segment, thoughts, calls, and emails after Big Jim Murray gets you updated.
Now, more of Felger and Mazz on the Sports Hub.
My view is it was an absolutely necessary thing for him to do. I don't think he necessarily shed much light on the subject, or he didn't necessarily refute anything. I think he basically tried to imply that he had made a mistake and that he had spoken to the players about it and told them, given all the things he preaches, this wasn't the way to go, but it was time to move on, kind of thing. I think all of that was kind of implied in what he said.
Karen, do you think he took accountability in his statement?
In his way, I think.
Aforementioned Karen Garrigan, who was down there today. And I agree with 100%. He implied that he made a mistake. And he took accountability in his way. Now, you can get on him for just implying it or doing it through tone and not words. And I get it. If you wanted more, I understand that. But at least he did that, which was an improvement over what we've gotten to this point from that side of the story. Let's do some emails, shall we please, Jimmy?
It's the Coleman Electric email of the day. Dear Felger, I really hate you, and I think Mazz is a boob. It's electric. The Coleman Electric email of the day. It's electric. Send yours to Felger at 985thesportshub.com.
Email today brought to you by Coleman Electric, a bunch of really good electricians helping homeowners like you. When you need an electrician, you want to call Coleman.
It's electric.
It is electric. KUHLMAN. Panel replacements. Old wiring. Got to come out. And they are a preferred Generac dealer here in the Boston area. So that's what you want to call them for. But call them for any electrical need. They're great. Subject line, Kevin Majori is correct. Kyle writes in, Felger, Kevin is absolutely right in not watching shootouts. It's boring, useless, and about as entertaining as watching paint dry. Shootouts belong at the kids' table, along with your home run derby in extras and no 5-on-5 in playoff hockey. Enjoy your dino nuggets and cut up fruit, you weenie.
I mean, it's one thing if you're home watching, but like Kevin, who has half-season tickets and you're in the building, you came all this way.
In fact, I don't believe you.
You watch the game. What do you just turn around?
I think you're playing the hockey hardo there.
No, actually the second one, Jim, you say travel all this way. I went to the Stadium Series game. I did not watch the shootout there.
In Tampa?
In Tampa.
You walked out
Outdoors, I walked out
of Raymond James Stadium.
I stood on the concourse of Raymond James Stadium until the rest of my group came down after the game.
I'll tell you what, I believe him 100%.
He's just that tapped to do something like that?
Yeah, he's also not a grandstander.
It's true.
It's not his nature. He's not a grandstander.
I know.
Which is why I love it.
It's the kind of stubbornness I can appreciate.
It's an FU to hockey. It's like the greatest thing ever. Like in terms of someone taking a stand who loves the sport. It's like FU, I'm out of
It
is. It's the Irish goodbye. See you later.
We on our big board, we hit a tight end named Max Clare. And one of Murray's reasons for not liking the pick is that he has a woman's last name. Jeff writes in, Felger, Tony, I love Big Jim Murray, but can someone please educate him that a player having a surname that is female does not mean that he won't be a good player? Quick list of players whose last names are female first names. This would be a good tiers that we're not going to do. But Babe Ruth.
Oh.
Michael Jordan, or Jordan if you.
Jordan could also be a guy's name.
Name of a country, too.
Walter Payton.
Also a guy's name.
Yeah.
Lawrence Taylor.
Also a guy's name.
Pete Rose.
Okay, Rose is a woman's name. I don't know any guy's name Rose.
Fred Lynn.
Lynn's also a guy's name.
John Hanna. Drake May. This doesn't count. Lisa Leslie. She is a girl.
Yeah, right. And John Hanna's nickname was Hog. He's all hog.
Jim.
That one wins out.
Sorry, that took a second.
Jim Kelly.
Also a guy's name.
Ted Lindsay.
Lindsay could go either way.
Devin Hester.
It's true. Lindsey Buckingham.
Yeah, is that confirmed?
No, he means it's a man.
It's a man's name, too.
Lindsay's a man's name.
Oh.
What did you think I said?
Well, I was
that
coming
he's
off
playing a show here?
It was off the comment that he goes either way.
Well, no, I meant that.
Devin Hester.
Hester's a woman's name?
Like Hester Prynne?
Yes, from Scarlet Letter, Murray. Didn't you do your reading?
I've never read that.
Oh, God, Murray.
Bryce Harper.
Harper could also be a guy's name.
You guys are exhausting.
Yeah, Harper's Ferry.
Which is an actual event from the Civil War, not the stage in Alston. What happened at Harper's Ferry? Was that Civil War or pre-Civil War?
I don't remember. I'd have to look it up.
It was a long time ago, Harper's Ferry. Satchel Paige.
Paige is mostly a woman's name. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, listen, this is just a parcel list. He came off the top of his. I bet we come up with better ones that you can't even dispute, whether they're full woman or men names. Sure.
I would tell the emailer, don't take it so literal. I'm just having fun with it. We're throwing markers at the big board.
I think he was having fun with it, too. What happened at Harper's Ferry, Mazz?
It was
I got drunk.
Famous for its role in the Civil War, John Brown's 1859 raid and the Appalachian Trail.
I was right. You're right. Yeah. Got it. Oh, yeah, it was a key thing where they were trying. That was well, you don't want to hear this, do you? But all the new states, they were debating whether to have them free states or slave states, and that was a big thing in Kansas, I think. We're going to do the final word right now, so I can stop talking.
Here now on Felger and Mazz.
It's the final
word. Recapping this 4-hour show in 4 minutes, which leads to the question, does it really need to be 4 hours long?
No.
Final word brought to you by Town Fair Tire. If you are looking for the best deal on tires, there is only one place to go, and that is Town Fair Tire. The best prices and great free services. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire.
Stop talking, Felger.
It was Greg Bedard making his first appearance in a while today. Greg Bedard, Boston Sports Journal. With that, you get the 10-question segment. Here's the recap from Jay Stu.
Why?
Fill in the blank. Fans who attend the NFL draft in person are...
little L losers. The guys back in the day at Radio City Music Hall where they were there all day long, capital L losers. Dorks.
Number 6, the Cowboys recently made Brandon Aubrey the highest paid kicker in NFL history at $7 million per year. Greg, acknowledging every team has a budget and you'd be working under a budget. What would you give Aubrey that contract?
I say no, because kickers are like bananas. They go bad quickly. Do you think Brandon Aubrey is going to be the best kicker in the NFL 2 years from now? That feels a little high to me.
You said they're like bananas. I think they could.
You're crazy.
take it right up Mazz's.
How about an avocado then?
Yeah. Next, who do you blame for the Bruins' loss the other night, and what's their biggest problem going forward?
So I just blame where the where the Red Sox are right now.
Bruins. Who's the single
Bruins?
Bruins?
Oh, sorry.
Who do you blame the most for the Bruins' loss 2 nights ago, and what's their biggest problem going forward?
The defensive group. They stopped playing, and I said to my wife during the game with like 6 minutes left, I was like, are the Bruins going to try to play offense and get offensive zone possession for the rest of the game, or are you just going to put this on Swayman?
So you started yelling at your wife. Good move. I would, yeah. What's the Red Sox single biggest problem?
Somebody hit a freaking homer once in a while so they don't have to pitch perfect every night. They don't have to field perfect every night. They have to do so many things right, and they're not doing it right now. But I also don't love Cora either because he can't get this team ready to play ever to start a season.
Even the big burrito knows it.
Number 2, do the Celtics even have a problem?
No.
Mazz also says this is the best time of year in sports. Agree or disagree?
I think I hate to do it because I don't like Mazz that much, but yeah, I'm going to have to agree with him.
Boom. There's a lot going on this time of year.
Telling you.
It's a bottomless pit, man.
And again, the hot tub hot session with Vrabel and Russini has just enhanced what's already a great time of year.
I mean, really, we didn't even need it per se, but it didn't hurt.
We'll take it. Thank you. Bruins Sabres game 2 here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Puck drop at 7:30. Bruins Sabres 7:30. Celtics over on 105.7 at 7.
Yes.
Correct.
Felger and Mazz back at it tomorrow at 2 to discuss that and more. We'll see you fellers then. Oh, Mazz's Baseball Hour coming your way after a word from our sponsor.
Yankees are in town. We'll get to that.
Red Sox Yankees. Mazz has some on that in 5 minutes. We'll talk about that tomorrow at 2 as well. We'll talk to you then, fellers.
See you.
Bye.